Get
Go.
it on video. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, welcome back to the channel. Apologize for taking so long to make another video, but I was involved in another project that ate up all my time, and the weather over winter was really bad. It's tough to do anything out here when it gets that cold. So we're getting started again. I want to bring everybody back up to speed. I haven't got as much done as obviously as I would like to, but somebody did request, don't ask me why, to show my mug. So my son's recording this for me so you can see my face. Hallelujah. All right, but anyway, here's what we got done. We got a bit of good luck. What happened was I found the wiring harness for the engine compartment, complete engine wiring harness. I forgot that I had put that up into the rafters for storage, and I literally found it by accident. I was looking for something else, and it has really made the difference in putting the wiring back together. I'll show you what we're talking about. So we have the complete wiring harness in the engine compartment, and you can see that it was it was in good shape. Now I had to take all the old loom off. Most of it was in the electrical tape, but the wiring underneath it was in really good shape. So I cleaned that all up, and some of it had to be replaced. The areas that were covered were great, but the areas that were kind of exposed to the heat of the engine or the elements, they were kind of crispy, and I didn't want to put that back on there, so I had to replace those. I'll show you what I mean here. Like this is it goes to the tail lights, to the transom, and this goes to the marker light on the side there. Now I replaced the boots and also the bulbs. These are both new, and this wiring here is new. I had to cut into it because it was in really terrible shape. So instances like that, that's what I had to do. You can see it goes around. This goes down to the alternator, into the starter, comes over, goes over to the voltage regulator, the coil, and then this is for the other side for the marker light over here. Same thing. I had to replace some of the ends over there, but really fit well with the wiring diagram. You're able to track all this back. Now I'll show you where it runs. It runs through down here through the firewall down here, if you can see that. Okay, and this is all going to be covered back up in aluminum. Don't just for right now, I'm still running the lights over here, but I'm going to put wire loom over it. I'm thinking of red. You can get the wire loom in different colors, and I'm thinking of red. I think that would contrast really cool with the yellow and the black. So all right, so it comes through and it goes through the firewall, and it comes out into this convertible top compartment here. Okay, runs down through there, goes through there, and then runs along the floorboard in the cabin area underneath the seat and the carpet, obviously. And then you can see the tabs as you come up, and we'll go up into the dashboard. Now, the next step, what we really need to be able to determine in order to move forward with this. Now, I labeled all these wires. I run them down with the continuity check to make sure with the wiring diagram that what wire went to where. And some of them were really self-evident because they were a single color. So if it's a solid brown wire, it's obvious where it went. But some of them, there was multiple of the same color. So those, you can see here, I labeled them. And that way, when I go to hook them up to the dashboard and all that, I'll be able to know which wire it is, what it goes to. So that should greatly simplify that. The main thing we need now to know is where exactly did the relays and everything that go, the fuse box, all that, where was that positioned underneath the dashboard there. And the wiring diagram doesn't show it. I lost all my pictures, and the manual is practically useless for that type of thing. So we're going to have to track all that down, figure that out. All right, I'll show you some of the parts that we've got, some of the things. We'll step over here. This is, of course, the flasher. This is the original. It's in good shape. I believe it works fine. I may replace. I did make a new pigtail for it. You can see because the wires that went to it were pretty bad shape. We may get another one, but right now I'm kind of holding that off because the only ones I can find that's OEM are in Europe. So they're going to take a $10 flasher and charge me $50 to ship it. So I'm really just, unless I can find it locally, probably not going to do that. Okay, this is the rheostat. This controls your dashboard lights, dimmer, up and down. I did have to replace this knurled nut here. It goes on. That's new. Our fuse box, you can see, cleaned that all up. Put new fuses in it. I think I need another 4 fuses. I think this is a total of 8 fuses in this that go to this car. I believe. I'm not sure. But these are new fuses. And looks pretty good. Okay. Cleaned up all the relays. Painted those. Marked which one goes to where. This is the hazard. This is for the battery charge indicator. This is the buzzer for your seat belts. And also for the ignition. When you leave your key in the ignition and it buzzes when you go to open the door. Probably it's not gonna work for the seat belts because I've got new seat belts. They don't have that that feature or whatever. And of course this is the horn relay. So good to go there. These are the under dashboard courtesy lights. Cleaned those all up and then put in new light bulbs. New bulbs. So those are both ready to put back in. This is a tail light lens. I think it's the backup light. I cleaned both of these up. This one may need, the other one I've already installed on the tail light. This may not, I may not be able to use this one. I don't know. It's got a, you can see the screw is held into a plastic stem and that's broken off here. Now I'm hoping I can fix that, but if not, I'll have to replace it. It's like $90 just for that. $90, no kidding. Okay, we got some new rubber parts here. This is just a boot cover that goes over the electrical where it attaches to the lamps in the back on the tailgate, and also on the front marker lights, or I think they're the turn signals on the front. But where the wires come out of the body and go up to the light under the bumper, those amber lights, that's where those boots cover that, protect it from the weather. So those are new, and I still need about 6 more of them because there's 3 on each side in the rear. But I'll get those. We're not at that point yet. So, and this is, I think this is an insulator for the distributor, where the wires pass through the distributor. That's for the engine stuff. So, now we get over to the dashboard proper. The fasten the seat belts light, this is new. It's not going to be hooked up because it's not going to be getting the signal from the seat belt. So, but it will be there, and it is new. Cleaned up the dash, refinished it. This brushed aluminum look looks pretty good. Well, there was a video I watched on how to make that look new. Worked great. I've got the switches back in place, and I had to replace the little chrome nuts, the little knurled knobs on those, but those are all the original switches. Now you can see I'm missing this little ideogram right here. It was the one for the headlights. I don't know what happened to it. It may not have been with the car when I got the car. I don't remember. But so I'm looking for that. Hopefully I can turn that up at some point. The other problem I have is over here with the speedometer. If you can see, if you look at it straight, it looks fine. But you can see here how it won't go down proper. Somebody had this glued into place. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but it was glued on. So when I took that off, there's a ridge behind there that's supposed to go behind there, and it's kind of all broken up or something. So it won't fit in there flush now, like the tachometer and the other gauges do. I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. I don't want to have to buy a whole new speedometer. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that. Now the rear is all cleaned up. All the wires are cleaned up. The gauges, the rear of the gauges, the connectors are all the wires. Everything's cleaned up. Now you can see here, this is a little bit of a mystery. I don't really know what's going on. But the red plug goes to the red, right? It's pretty obvious. But you've got a yellow one here that goes to the oil pressure gauge, and I can't find a corresponding yellow plug. Now, since I have my engine wires marked and I have the wiring diagram, I will be able to put together a new plug that will go in here. It won't be the yellow, but I will be able to do that. But I'm just kind of curious what happened there. Where did it go? I wouldn't have thrown something like that away. But I can't overemphasize enough, if it's not obvious at this point, that if you're doing one of these, you take a car apart, you can't label it enough or store things enough properly or take pictures enough, you know, because this is what you run into. Where did that go? Where is this at? What did I do with that? You know, you really need to pay attention to that. And I did, for the most part, but like I said, something happened, I lost it. So anyway, that's mostly where we are. If you remember, I've got the headlight wiring, pigtails and everything all ready to go. They're all new boots and new bulbs as well. I know exactly where they run up through into the dashboard. So really it's a matter of getting the relays in place and the fuse box, because all that comes in together there. Also the horns, and then the wiper motor and everything will have to go over there as well. So that's where we are. It's not as much progress as I would like to make. I mean, you know, we'd love to be out here 8 hours a day, but it's just not possible. But it is a really good step in the right direction. We get this wiring done, I expect things to move a lot quicker. So anyway, I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate subscribing, comments. You know, I'm in contact with several of you that are also working on your cars. It's why I started this, because I figured, you know, hey, there's got to be people out there that love the 850 as much as I do. It's maybe not the best car in the world, but it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of really good memories with this car, and I may not be an expert, obviously, but I'm learning, and if I can share anything at all that helps somebody else or they can help me, hey, that's what it's all for, you know, because you're not going to make any money doing this, that's for sure. You know, I don't even know how many views and subscribers and all that you have to make. It's not worth it, you know. So that's one reason why I know I've said it before, but I don't make videos with fancy graphics or swipes and the video editing techniques and all that, because it's just not worth the time. And I figure you put all that into it and you don't get anything back from it other than maybe your own satisfaction. At some point you just quit, you know. And I see that a lot where people are posting projects and then all of a sudden they just stop, you know, and you don't see no more from them. And it's disappointing, you know, because you're following, you want to see how it goes. And so I don't do that. I just show you what we're doing, keep you up to speed, and then hopefully, you know, we can kind of learn from each other, which is always important. So have a good weekend, and like I said, like, subscribe, comment, love it, and we'll see you next time. And don't make fun of my face. Any negative comments about my appearance, and you'll never see it again. All right, y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.